You can come in. There's Punky in the doorway. Good Saturday morning. It is about 7:24 right now, and the sun's just peeking in through the back window of the bus, and the dogs are taking a nap while Pumpkin just woke up because I'm talking. And this is what my little table looks like. It's a bit of a mess, but I took out a bunch of different highlighters and just threw them there so I can use. And I'm in 1 Samuel still. I'm just finishing up 15, and I'll be starting 16 here just now. It's taking me a while, but it's like just so much good stuff like to just meditate on. I'm so excited that I'm like really seeing different things this time. I mean, I know that happens every single time we read the Bible, but I guess it's just exciting to me because normally I just, like I've said before, just skip over and get to the next day. So like I would be somewhere in here already, maybe not that far in, but you know, in here I would have missed a lot of this. I probably have missed all of Samuel, because at the time I think that I was thinking about jumping in. I think I would have been in Kings, I think, because that's in June. As I was thinking of jumping into June, I would have missed Samuel and jumped right into First Kings, and I'm glad I didn't because I think I just needed to read it this way. So yeah, if I finish it in a year, I do. If not, it's fine. Which I still might, because depending on what parts I'm in, like if I've read them quite a few times, I'll probably still do a lot of this highlighting and all of this stuff, but it'll be a little bit quicker unless it's something that I really need to meditate on. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. I have laundry going right now because tomorrow we will not be here. So, and it's supposed to rain all next week. It might even rain today. There is not a cloud in the sky now, but it's supposed to rain. So that's what our sky looks like right now. Blue skies. And it's not very warm yet, so I'm kind of happy about that. So I've got to go hang up the laundry outside and then get the next one in and get back to this. And then sometime today I will do a thrift haul that'll add to this video, I think. We shall see. I may just do it on its own, but I really hit like the jackpot yesterday. I wasn't even going to go to the thrift store, and we had just finished lunch, and like a late lunch, and we were on our way back up towards the skate park, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just walk in, get some steps in, because it was so hot outside that I thought I'll just walk in, take a walk around. Went into the book section, into where all the Bibles and things are, and whoa, it was full. Not of Bibles necessarily. There were a few Bibles though, but a lot of the print was too small, and I didn't pick any of that up. I did pick up one that I've never ever seen before, that I'll show. So I'm excited to use that one. And matter of fact, I might pull that out today and look at it. But there was a lot of things that I have on my wish list, either on Amazon or just on my written wish list. They're not necessarily maybe the same exact book, like author-wise or whatever, but they are the same type of book. So I mean, and for the prices, I mean, like one of the word study in the New Testament books, they had like 4 of them. They were $1.99 each. They look brand new. I have not looked them up. I should, just to see prices and be like, you know, just to kind of compare like how much they actually are if I would buy these separate. And I'm thinking they may have the other ones if, you know, like that. They must have heard something outside. They both got up. But I will be back later. I'm going to go check the laundry, and I'll be back with the thrift haul soon. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday morning. It is about 10:07 over here, and it's getting pretty hot. We are supposed to get rain later this afternoon, so I have my laundry outside hanging up, and hopefully it'll dry before it starts raining. There's not a cloud in the sky. I think I did film a little bit earlier, and I kind of showed the sky, and it's like, I don't know, I'm sure the clouds can roll in whenever they please, but yeah. So right now it's saying it's about 75 degrees. So we do have like a 30% chance about 1 p.m. So hopefully everything will be dry. All right, so I'm going to show the haul from the day that the last video came out about, which was I showed part of my walk around in Savers. I really need to get my glasses adjusted because they keep falling forward. I put on there that I had gotten this book. So it was $2.99. Some of these were 50% off. I don't know which ones because I don't remember the color that day. And the rest were about 20% off. Okay, so I'm going to show you the back. You guys can like pause, read if you'd like, and kind of gives you an idea of where I got this. This book is about a man who was born in Albuquerque, which is just about an hour from where I'm at now. He was involved in a street gang. He was one of the leaders of that city's biggest gangs. And this is about his life and how his daughter helped him write this book, or complete the book, I guess it says. This is what it says here at the bottom of that paragraph in the back. Despite being legally blind and writing this book from start to finish on his iPhone, he was able to get his story written. And so I wanted to read it just because this is someone I've heard about. He's probably, I think he's one of my uncle's ages, like my older, let's see, yeah, he was born in 1967 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So he's about 11 years older than me, which seems like a lot when you're young, but now it's like, that's not that much older than me, and this is his life story. And I don't know if any of my family knew him, so it'd be an interesting story to read. So there's that. And now what I wanted to start doing is comparing some prices. So like I said, this is $2.99. I don't know, 30% off or 50% off. Either way, there was some kind of percentage. But I want to give you guys the prices off Amazon for these new. In this book, if you look at this, there's no markings or anything. It's like completely new. The spine's not even like bent or anything. It looks brand new. Okay, so where did I write it down? Okay, for this one is $24.99 to get this on Amazon right now. So that is a very good discount. Let's see, the next one that I got was this one called Mind Mapping. I don't remember if this was all that same day or not, but this was in a bag. So this might be 2, 3, 4 different days, or could be from a month ago. Who knows? Because I leave them in the truck or in the car sometimes and I forget about them. Because, I don't know, ADHD. Anyway, mind mapping. I thought this would be interesting to go over and kind of see what it's about. It just looked interesting. And I know they use, I've heard about this in, I don't know if it was in therapy or not, but it's something I kind of want to look at. What it made me think of was verse mapping. And I thought, well, let's see. And let's see, it's supposed to help. It says mind mapping is an amazing organizational and creativity tool that can improve memory, concentration, communication, organization, creativity, and time management. And boy, do I need all of that. So this book was $1.99. And to get this same book on Amazon, and this one is new. I mean, it looks brand new. There's not even like, it's not bent, no markings. To get it on Amazon for the paperback is $12.93. So It's a pretty good discount as well. Okay, then this one was $2.99. It's The God Storm, The Heavens Moved to Save America by Daniel Rubalcaba. Rubalcaba? So this is this one. And here's the back. This is what it says at the top. The God Storm is a sobering message revealing that God's perceived silence in the face of America's brazen sin, disobedience, lust, greed, idolatry, evil, and iniquity must not be misunderstood. Psalms 50:21 says, "These things you have done and I kept silent. You thought that I was just like you. I will reprove you and state the case before your eyes. God is not like us, nor does he forget or wink at sin. Nor does he overlook gross injustice, oppression, innocent bloodshed, and arrogance. God will not remain silent, and when his word is ignored, he speaks loudly in ways that get our attention." So we'll see what this one is about. So this one was $2.99. The same book on Amazon is $14.95. And then, let's see, I got this one here. Just for information and see like different ways to live off grid and all of that. This one was $2.99, and to get this same little paperback on Amazon is $12.99. So yeah, that was, I mean, there's some great discounts. This one just seemed interesting. I don't know anything about it or anything about this person or anything, but it's called The Well-Lived Life. It's Mother of Holistic Medicine, Gladys McGarry, I guess, MD. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. It says a 102-year-old, let's see if I can take the sticker off. Doctor's 6 Secrets to Health and Happiness at Every Age. And then right next to it was the workbook. So this book was $4.99, and the workbook was $1.49. And this is a workbook. I could not find this exact one on Amazon, but I did find one that looked like it, and there's like a few different ones that different people have done. And I mean, it's not marked in or anything. It's still well kept. And then this one, I don't know that it's marked in either. No, it's not marked in. And this is what the lady looks like. I don't know if any of you have heard of her or anything. I never have. But I was like, what in the world? She is 102 years old. And, you know, I'd like to read what she talks about. And she currently has a medical consulting practice, maintains a healthy diet, and enjoys a good piece of cake every now and then. She lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. Co-founder of the Academy of Parapsychology and Medicine. I don't know what parapsychology is. I have no idea. So we'll see what this is about and what I can get out of it and not get out of it. Or, you know, leave out of my out of things that I would and wouldn't do, I guess, because I'm not sure. But this book, like I said, was $4.99. To buy this one is $27.99. This one was $1.49, and to get this one is $8.48 for one exactly like it. Not, well, the same thing, not the exact same publisher. This one, Choose Happy. This one is to learn to embrace happiness in your life, and it's just like has different exercises, daily delights, the freedom of forgiveness, the great unlearning, the habit or science of bliss, choose happy, choose to see its flickering light, and it gives like little happy tips. Many of us chase happiness without even knowing what it means to us. Take a few minutes to write down your own definition of happiness. Funny that I read that one, because my idea of happiness is that most of it is based on circumstance. when we get something new, when, you know, something great happens, something fun, whatever it is, we're happy in the moment. It's like a hit of dopamine. It's like we're happy. The rest of the time, we should have joy, because the joy of the Lord is what isn't taken from us when the things are not going our way, when bad things happen and all of that. So I do think this will be a great book to read, but that is like my idea. So I'm going at it from that perspective. So this one was $4.49. And to get this one new, which it still looks brand new, there's like one little note in it. This would be $18 new. All right, I will be back with the rest of it. All right, I'm back. I had to go check laundry and get one hung up and put another one to wash. So the last one I have here is How to Read the Old Testament by, it says Etienne Charpentier. I don't know how you said it. This is the back. This one does say in the front, first choice for anyone seeking an introductory text. So it just gives like dates, what was going on, the miracle of the exile, 10 years of madness, then literary activity. It gives a little box of that. Prophets of the Kingdom of Judah. And this one was $3.99. And to get this new is $16.95. And it's still like really well kept, almost new looking. So it may have been new-ish, you know, maybe used it once or so. But yeah, that is that haul. Now, I didn't film anything this day. Let me see if I can do this without throwing everything down. I don't remember if I talked about this yet or not, because now I can't remember what I filmed earlier. I think I did, but just in case, yesterday that we were in town waiting for my mother-in-law, I had gone and done the things I needed to do. I had gone to Goodwill. That was the only place I did go to. There I did find an NIV for like $2.99 or something like that. That's in the car, I think. I don't see it in here. If it's in here, I'll show it to you. But it has that really thick paper, and it looks like a reader's version starter, but it's an older one. Excuse me, an older book. And so I think it'd be really good with like markers, like regular markers, or at least the kind of highlighters markers that bleed through most wouldn't bleed through this. I'm gonna test it eventually with those markers that I got the other day, these ones, the alcohol markers. Oh, and I didn't see this ones, but I did see the King's Art or whatever, because I do have some of those acrylic. I went to Ross just to see. These are the alcohol based. I kind of looked to make sure. So I'm gonna try those in there just to see what they do, and I will show you the Bible probably as soon as I show you the rest of the stuff. I didn't look up the prices on these though. I should have, but it's okay. I'll show it to you. I'll try to get it to you later, and some of them might have it on there. Yeah, this one does. This one's would have been $24.99 new. It was $4.49. These were all 20% off, I believe. I've never seen this before. Oh wow, I didn't even read this when I got it. It's a New King James Version. It's arranged in chronological order, and it's called So That's Why Bible, Making Sense of All the People, Places, and Events of the Bible. I was going to pass this up. I thought it was one of those Who's Who in the Bible books, because they had a couple of those too, and I think I have one somewhere in my storage. Oh, this is awesome. Look at this. They have that. So that's all of the Exodus to the United Monarchy. this one. See if they have any before that. The rest, the paper, the Bible paper feels like newspaper. The paper that we use for newspapers. And then there's this one. I love all the little pictures. And here's the creation and the patriarchs. Epoch 2, biblical history, secular history, what's going on at that time. And then it does have like timelines, like Abraham's life, the early Exodus, and then down at the bottom it says daily life and customs. So at the bottom of this one, got water on me when I was drinking. It says circumcision is a minor operation that removes a piece of skin from the male organ. It was practiced in several nations of the ancient Near East, including Egypt. But for Israel, it was a sign of membership in the community and was required of every male. Genesis 17:10 and 11. Traditionally, it was performed with a flint knife. So that's the type of stuff you'll see in there. And then it has like, there's this one says Solomon and his architecture, Solomon's other accomplishments. So they're like in that little box section here. And this font is actually really nice. Let's see, science technology. So it talks about clay lamps that were found in Mesopotamia. And this one is like the New Testament. Kind of like a timeline in a way. It just kind of shows different things that were happening. But this is really cool. And it's in chronological order, so that's even better. I don't know if I do have one, I think, that was a gift that we were using for reading in a group that we were in. So I do have that one somewhere in here, probably. And it does have a cultural and historical topics in the back. So like you can look up Assyrian Doomsday Book or something, and it'll counting heads. It goes to 471. So let's see what it says. Counting heads. Okay, so this was based on 2 Samuel 24:10 through 14. One case of census taking is presented in the Old Testament as at best a mistake and at worst a sin. King David wanted to count his population, but his census is presented as an evil act that would bring punishment on the Israelites. 2 Samuel 24:10 through 13. The chronicler even suggests that the idea for David's census came from Satan himself. 1 Chronicles 21:1. A number of census records have been found among ancient Near East tablets. Empires stretching over large areas needed to be able to calculate taxes and assign supplies for their soldiers. They met these obligations by counting and recording the numbers of their people. For propaganda purposes, the Assyrians calculated that they had resettled in different parts of their kingdom 4.5 million conquered people. So it's like a whole, and it just goes on. It's in that top portion up there. So this is going to be really interesting. And it's pretty thick. So like I said, this is the day I wasn't going to go, and it was like I just found so many different things. This one doesn't have a price on it, so I'm gonna have to look this one up. This was our Daily Bread Bible source. This one was $3.49. Let's see if I can take off the sticker to see what's underneath, because it says it has some part of the title underneath the sticker. So okay, it's $3.49. The Who, What, Where, and Wow Guide to the Bible. And so this is the back. This is by Dave Brannon. Let's see. And it has like here's the Table of contents. This is by Discovery House, I think it says in the back. Let me see. Yeah, from Our Daily Bread Ministries. And here's the rest. So this one just kind of goes through a bunch of different things that happened in the Bible. Isaiah, the prophet of the Messiah, top 10. It talks about Isaiah as a transitional book in scripture, and then it moves us away from wisdom literature and lands us squarely in this section called the prophets. This section will take us to the end of the Old Testament canon, and it kind of just gives more information about it. He's a senior editor for Discovery House and has written articles for the Our Daily Bread devotional booklet since 1988. So it goes through every book and just gives the who, what, when, where, why, and wow. So like this one is talking about 1 Corinthians, trouble in the church. So it gives the top 10 things going on. Then it gives the who. So Paul had been away from the Christians in Corinth for a few years, gets a negative report, sends a letter. The what, and then it tells you that. And then when, about the year. Where, it kind of, obviously it's in Corinth, so it's pretty obvious there. Why, he tells why. The wow part, this is what the wows are. So in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is a reference to 1 Corinthians 15:26. The last enemy to be destroyed is death. In the 1984 award-winning movie Places in the Heart, the key scene is based on a reading of 1 Corinthians 13 and the results of us understanding authentic love in Christ. Those are pretty interesting. It's going to be an interesting book. I'm getting a headache and I probably need to eat. It's getting kind of late. And then I got this. Biblical Hermeneutics, Gerard Meyer. It's a Crossways book. Here's the back of this. And let's see if I can find. This is going to be a very deep book, I'm sure. This was translated from the German edition. So this was originally in German. So it's defining the hermeneutical task, a special biblical hermeneutic, reasons for a special biblical hermeneutic, objections, results, the fundamental alternative, man is starting point, revelation is starting point, theological hermeneutics is science. This is copyright 1994. But it seems like it'd be interesting. This is not marked in or anything. It looks pretty new. So I'll look up the price to that as well. It doesn't have it on there. The only thing it does have is this mark at the bottom. Then this, I didn't get them all out, but there's these Vincent's work. Editor Chrissy here. I just wanted to jump in and let you know that I looked these up on Amazon and all I could find was volume 1 is $52. Volume 3 was $34. There was a set under the used good, and for the whole set of the 4 was $44.47. So I think at $1.99 each, I got a pretty good deal. Word study in the New Testament. There was 4 of them. Oh, this last book was $5.49. These were $1.99. Oh, they come out clean of that. So $1.99. And there was 4 of these. They're not marked in at all. At least this one. I don't know about the others. This one is the one for Romans, Philippians, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Colossians, Ephesians, and Philemon. Let's see. 2009. This is the 5th printing. So from 2009. It gives you, like, there's an introduction in here. Pretty lengthy one. To kind of give you, I guess, an introduction to these books in general, I guess, maybe. Gives you the abbreviations. So, there's that.
And then you get into Romans, and let's see. So it goes through like the words. So a servant, bondservant or slave. Paul applies the term to himself, and then it gives some scripture reference like Galatians 1:10 or Galatians 10, Philip 1, Titus 1, and frequently to express a relation of believers to Christ. The word involves the idea of belonging to a master and of service as a slave. The former is emphasized in Paul's use of the term since Christian service, in his view, has no element of servility, but is the expression of love and of free choice. From this standpoint, the idea of service coheres with those of freedom and of sonship. And then it gives you to compare this to 1 Corinthians 22, Galatians 7, Ephesians 6, Philemon 16. And then like it gives Holy Scriptures concerning his son declared, like just a bunch of different words. They're going to be interesting, and they all are like brand new. I don't know how much these are either, so I'll look those up and get those into this video. But there was 4 of those, so there is the latest haul from, well, these were just from yesterday, which was Friday. The other ones were from, I don't even remember. I know the video was up yesterday, but these were from, not sure. Could have been, some of these might have been from last week, some from like a couple weeks ago. I like save things and then do like a big haul, because sometimes it's like I don't get anything. Sometimes I'll get 1 or 2, so I save it until there's like enough to share. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any of these that you're interested in knowing a little bit more of, let me know in the comments below. And I will try to get the prices for those books, the ones I didn't have prices for. And I think the only one I did was the Bible, but the other ones I'll check and see, and I'll let you guys know. I'll put them on the screen somewhere in this video, maybe while I'm in the parts where I'm showing them. Alright guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to get back to laundry, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.